controls, I'm going to turn on auto loop. That's turned on. Combat, I'm going to leave it as is. Display, I'm going to turn on the subtitles. Display only character achievements to others, not bothered about that. Rotate minimap. Now, it's up to you guys if you want your minimap rotated. I prefer to rotate it as when I'm moving, so I'm going to turn that on. Objectives will keep as is. Social, we'll turn on the spam filter. That's all good. So there. Action bars, we don't need to worry about action bars because the elf UI's got that. Names, you can turn on names if you want. This is the names above people's heads, such as this guy, and tags, and whether you see pets names and stuff like that. Floating combat text, we've got an add-on, so we're not going to bother with that. Status text, I've never seen that one before, to be honest, so we'll leave that. Battle.net, that's fine. Camera is fine. Mouse is fine. Accessibility, depending on if you're colourblind or not, you can set your colourblind settings. I am colourblind, so I've got that set. So my colours may be slightly different. I apologise if it's a problem for you guys, but I can't work out the things otherwise. Okay, so that's that section done. So going from the top of the list, so you got Aki's recipe list. When we get our crafting, I will show you guys that. Altaholic. Altaholic is this button here, and it tracks when you've got multiple alts. Basically, if you've got multiple characters, when you log on to them, it stores stuff about that character. And you can find it handy for if you've got items, or mostly items that other characters may find handy. And if you have banking alts, which is basically characters that hold your items for you, you can have your banking alt here. You select them, you can see what they've got, and this also appears in your tooltips as well, so that's pretty handy, pretty cool. Data store, don't need to worry about that. Factionizer, I will show you that soon. Don't know if I can show that just yet. Character, can't show while I've got this open, so just not to go. Reputation. You get an options button here, and you can see factionizer settings. Doesn't make much sense here at the moment, but it will do eventually. It's a cool little add-on, I like it. Next, learning aid. When Elf UI pops up, I found that I didn't get to see what spells I had popped up, and it was something that I really missed and needed. So. This is something that I find really, really helpful. The scrolling battle text. This is the thing that shows the actual damage numbers. So I'm going to just set this up. So fonts, okay, general. Slow down the animations on it a little bit. Change the fonts. This is what the fonts normally look like. I need to change them to match the theme I've got. So if I remember correctly, it's PT Sans. Font sizes are generally okay. Just save them. Scroll areas, okay. Events, you can tune this down to show what you want it to show. I'm going to keep it as it is for now. Same for triggers, same for spam controls. And same for cooldowns. Loot alerts, I'm going to only want it to show rare and epic. Do I want to do that? Yes, I want to show rare and epic and quest items. In fact, I'm going to turn off quest items. I'll show you why. Turn off the loot items when stuff's been looted and money's been gained, and that's because we've got another add-on for that. And skill icon, so that's that one done. Interface overachiever. This kind of helps you find achievements as you go along, and I will show you that shortly. It's just not a rat around that I can show you, but you get a little on your tooltip, which is over here at the moment. You'll get to see certain text about things you can do. We'll see that in action soon. Rare scanner. Whenever we come across a rare character in the world, it'll give us a notification, pop up and tell us that there's a rare near, and it'll help show it on the map. And we'll get a little display as well, which is cool. These razor things at the moment I'm going to disable shortly. Simple rare elites. This is part of the add-on that I've got turned off. I forgot what it's called. Simple nameplates. So we'll be turning that back on shortly. Spy. Spy's an interesting one. It's this little window here, and it just plays a little alert if there's a enemy of the other faction. It's useful for PvP. So I'll turn it off in arenas and battlegrounds. We'll disable it when we're not flagged for PvP. In fact, no, we've got to keep that on because we will be flagged. And then X loot is the last one for us to sort out. Let me just reload my UI. Okay, there we go. So X loot is these three windows. So you got your loot pop-up, your loot monitor, and your group roles. Now I haven't set up my group roles one yet. I don't quite know how to set that one up, but the loot pop-ups one, we're going to set that up next. So this has got a nice little helping hand for us with X loot, in the fact that you can pop up this little window here, and it gives you like an example of what it will look like. So first of all, have a look at the skins. That one fits more into our theme, I think. So you've got your loot frame, group loot, loot master. Loot frame we are going to scale up just slightly, 1.2. Expand the frame upwards. That means that it gets expanded upwards when we get loot and stuff like that. The loot icon size is fine. Everything else I think is fine here. Auto looting, auto loot currency. We'll keep that turned off for now. I may change that. So the font is to match our theme. Outline's fine. So all of this is fine here. So the next one is the group loot, which we can't set up just yet. Loot monitor. You click test to test settings. What happens is you'll see your loot monitor here. So what we can do is set that up exactly how we want it. Which is about there. Maybe not. manifest settings. Like that. Perfect. So that's when we pick stuff up. This will show us what we picked up. And the loot pop-ups. We're going to have to place this one as we go. I'm not quite sure, put it in just the right position. The group roles, we're not going to get to set that until we do any sort of group questing stuff. So that one's just going to stay there out of the way for now. Okay, so that's all of my add-ons there. I've got this additional bar down here with my bag bar. What that is that's razor. Some add-ons. And I'm going to disable razor. Both. All of the razor stuff there disabled. I do want to use it at a later stage, but I need to figure out how to set it up properly. And there you can see I've got quite a minimal sort of HUD going on here. So this travel system stuff with this arrow, that's Cygor. So yeah. So now the last thing I need to modify is Elf UI itself. So you've got this little C up here. So we left click it, we'll get a configuration pop up. There's so much in here. You guys can go through and set this up to your heart's content. Select my bore, just so that I've got both bars down here. Maybe select another guy so I can see all the different setups and settings there. So action bars, we're going to keep it like this for now. So let's go through the general tab. Just going to read this. So this is going to be the add-on that does the selling of Grey's items, so we'll set that on. Loot roll, yes, everything else. Bottom panel, that turns off this weird bottom panel, so that's gone. So that bugs me. You can get one for the top as well, but they're just horrible. I don't know why they're there. Smaller world map. So the world map is when you open up your map, smaller. I think that's what that means. Disable tutorial buttons. We don't want the tutorials on, but if you're new to the game, maybe you'll turn that on. I'll just have a look. World map coordinates. That's coordinates here. I think that's them. Can help you when you're trying to find things. You've been given coordinates to find them. So you've got your chat bubbles when you talk. You get chat bubbles over your head. We'll set that up if we need to later on. So also under general we've got media, where you could actually change the text. Minimap, to sort your minimap here, you can change your size. So I think we may increase it slightly. But you see, if we increase it, you've got a minimap size which is only a certain size. So I'm going to keep that as it is. It would have been nice to have had it a little bit bigger. I didn't want the minimap itself to be bigger, but it'd be stretched, I guess. It's got all these different things here. Garrison. Calendar. These relate to button stuff. You don't need to show the calendar button because you can actually down here, I think. One of these you can actually do it. We'll look at that shortly. LFGQ, we'll set that up soon. Mail icon, etc, etc. It's just loads of settings. I'm just going to go through and set them up without talking about them. You've got your experience bar here. Your rep bar appears here, just out here a little bit. That's quite nice. Threat. Something we'll have to look at. It's just class bar. I'm not sure what class bar is, to be honest. Cooldown text, we'll see that soon. The object